9 News Plus weather, sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Hey, happy Wednesday, and thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a look at your forecast. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful outside on this Wednesday. Temperatures already near 80 degrees. We've got probably a couple more degrees to go. Lots of sunshine out there. I'm looking outside right here at the corner of Spear and Logan and seeing lots of sunshine outside right now. That said, tomorrow looking quite a bit different from today. But speaking of today, let's enjoy the here and now. Those few fair weather clouds overhead, a few of those springtime cumulus clouds dotting the skies over the Mile High City. Again, temperatures well into the 70s already. Downtown, a few spots already closing in on 80 degrees. Meantime, into the mountains, that's where we're seeing a bit more in the way of cloud cover, but even up here, it's a pretty nice day overall. Temperatures 50s and 60s into the mountains at this point. So for today, probably our warmest day of the week. And in fact, probably our warmest day in the upcoming stretch. Storms return for tomorrow, and they're going to be widespread. Showers, storms, I'll explain that in just a second. And then this kind of persistent pattern of 70-degree temperatures, 70, 75-degree temperatures, and afternoon showers and storms. That overall trend will continue for the next little while. Temperatures right now are at a few spots in southeast Colorado at or over 80 degrees. For us across northeast Colorado, most of us just enjoying delightful weather, upper 70s to about 80 degrees already for us. Look at this into the mountains, most of us into the 60s. That is going to really melt a lot of that snowpack here quickly here, folks. I'll get in more detail on that in the next couple of minutes as well. But notice even at Leadville, of course, highest city in the U.S. and at 10,200 feet in elevation, they are at 56 degrees right now. So it gives you an idea. Even way up there here, folks, we're probably melting off a lot of that snowpack, and we'll get into some of those implications here in the next couple of minutes. Now, HD Doppler radar, it is mostly quiet right now. You might notice, though, in far southern Colorado, up by Raton Pass, and kind of this is even south of the Colorado state line here, south of Baca and Los Alamos counties, we're seeing some storms in far northeastern New Mexico. One or two of those have a chance of just pushing into the Baca County area, Springfield, Walsh. That's where we could see one or two storms, and the potential is there for maybe a little bit of large hail in that part of the state. So if you're watching us from Baca County, far eastern Los Alamos County, that would be, again, Kim, Springfield, Walsh. Just have the car inside the garage or the carport in case you get a storm that produces a little bit of hail out that way. Meantime, Denver, I think we're going to stay dry today. We got a lot of dry air at the surface, unlike yesterday. That'll stop any shower storm chances for us for today. Tomorrow, though, as you can tell, very different situation for us, and we'll have more details on tomorrow in the next couple of minutes. But for tonight, we increase those clouds ahead of that next storm system. Temperatures drop back into the mid-40s. Sunset 7:55 tonight. By the way, coming up on Sunday, we got our first 8 p.m. or later sunset of the year. We'll have 8 p.m. or later sunsets through mid-August, so there's something to look forward to. Increasing clouds tonight, and it stays mild as well. Our average low this time of year is in the upper 30s. We're going to be in the mid-40s tonight, and for tomorrow, we'll actually be a little bit above average in terms of those daytime temperatures, but notice those cloudy skies and those showers and those thunderstorms that will be rumbling their way through the region. Could be a pretty stormy afternoon, but I think the thing that will mostly take away from tomorrow, just a lot of cloud cover and hopefully a bit of beneficial rain for your lawns and gardens. By Friday, we'll still have some showers and storms around, but a better chance as we get into your day tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I think we wake up to a lot of cloud cover and maybe a peak or two of sunshine tomorrow morning around 5, 6 a.m. But then that will give way pretty quickly to mostly cloudy skies. Then by about 2, 3, 4 o'clock or so, and that's when we see some of those showers and an occasional rumble of thunder move its way into the Denver metro area, way up there, and we're talking probably 9,000 feet or above, maybe even 10,000 feet or above. That's where we get some of that snowfall, but for most of us, this is a plain rain event. Of course, for Denver, this is going to be very easily a plain rain event for us. And by about 8, 9 o'clock or so tomorrow night, the rain long over and done with. I'll tell you what here, folks, I'm openly rooting for the rain. On average, May is the wettest month of the year for us along the Front Range, and we do need that spring moisture. It really does help mitigate that summer fire threat, and so the more rain we get now, the better, especially as we move into June, which can be a very hit or miss, very dry month and much warmer temperatures. So again, the rain now really can be very, very helpful. Tomorrow, not exactly a boom of rain. That's the way it looks right now, but hopefully we end up with at least a 1/10 of an inch of rain, maybe in a few spots a 1/4 inch or a bit more than that worth of rainfall. We'll take every drop that we can get, and again, I'm pretty openly rooting for some of that rainfall as we get into tomorrow, because it looks like tomorrow's going to be the best chance for any rain from the upcoming stretch. Once we get to Friday, we'll have some isolated shower storms around. We probably stay dry, but I was just kind of chatting about this with Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin. It looks like far eastern plains could be in for 1 or 2 stronger storms on your Friday. So Friday's something to watch for. Maybe that higher risk for severe weather. Tomorrow's severe risk looks very, very low, but Friday maybe a little bit higher. And that's for Saturday and Sunday. Hit or miss afternoon showers and storms. Temperatures in low to mid 70s. Now, I've been talking about this. I kind of started by mentioning how we're going to melt off a lot of that snowpack. There's a flood watch that's in place for northwest Colorado. Notice this runs through Saturday. It's not common to have a flood watch last as long as this one, but we've already seen some snowpack related flooding out by Hayden, Craig, along the Yampa River here west of Steamboat Springs. And worth just noting that we're just going to have a lot of melting here through the flat tops, the elk heads, the parks. These mountains are just going to see a ton of melting over the next few days, and that's probably going to lead to some flooding out there on the Yampa, and things may only unfortunately get a bit worse. And one thing to also note as well, notice the snowpack levels here across Colorado. This is an overall good news pattern, but unfortunately these numbers are going to really, really decline, I think, as we head over the next week to 10 days. We're just very warm, and we've got some of that rain and very high elevation snow, but for most of us it's just going to be rain. That's going to melt off a lot of the snowpack very quickly, and I don't usually like closing things out on a bit of bad news, but we had a great winter, right? And I think for most of us, and knock on wood, those benefits from a big snowpack winter can carry over through the summer months. But if we melt off all that snowpack now, it's kind of useless, right? I mean, if we have the snowpack now, what we want it to do is we want it to last into June. That'll start these. That'll delay the start of our summertime wildfire season into the mountains. So, of course, the longer you got that snowpack on the ground, it serves as a mitigator for any fires to start through the summer months. But if we melt off all that snowpack now, well, all that benefit over and done with. So hopefully here, folks, we can turn a little bit cooler for the back half of the month of May, because if we do turn cooler, that'll, again, stop that snowpack from melting off so quickly. And again, we want to keep that snowpack through the middle to end part of the month of June, and also, of course, reduce any flood risk as well for us into the high country. We want a bit more of a slow, gradual melt as opposed to all that water just running down now. And also, of course, if you're a rafter out there on the Arkansas, I love to raft, and whitewater rafting, the longer we can hold on to the water, the better, I think, is the overall takeaway. But meantime, top line takeaways for that forecast. Today, 80 degrees, it's dry, it's beautiful out there. Get outside. I'm going to go walk my dog when I get home. Hopefully you do as well. And then as we get into tomorrow, widespread showers and storms, a lot cloudier. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looks like we stay in the 70s with isolated storms each day. My Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin right behind that TV screen, getting ready for 9 News coming up at 4 p.m. and also at 5 p.m. here on 9 News on the 9 News family of networks. And then we'll also have meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks as well. Once again, I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Wednesday and get outside.